On today's episode, new details emerge about Tesla's new $25,000 vehicle, FSD version 12 leaves the rules of the road behind, and Powerwall 3 is officially released. A wild amount of new details has just surfaced regarding Tesla's newest vehicle platform, and it seems like the $25,000 Tesla car is going to be way more important to the company's future than previously thought. In a recent interview with news outlet Axiom, Walter Isaacson, author of an upcoming biography of Tesla CEO Elon Musk, discussed behind-the-scenes details about the several current projects at the company. The most interesting of which are the developments around Tesla's new 25K vehicle that was teased at the Investor Day event back in March. Back then, we were told that this new car would be making use of Tesla's new production philosophy and testing out some new theories. It made sense then that the presenters were confident that the new car would be built at the upcoming Giga Mexico factory. A whole new factory devoted at least in part to this experiment seemed like a solid idea. But that's reportedly not what's happening anymore. According to Isaacson, the Tesla board has decided to move the development of the as-yet unnamed vehicle to Giga Texas for some very good reasons. One of the most practical reasons is that Musk believes the Tesla engineering team needs to be on hand in order to make this project as successful as it could be, and that whole team is based in Giga Texas right now. The Cybertruck design project understandably required Tesla's brightest minds to set up shop in the Austin factory, and that means uprooting all those people with their tools and files would likely take too long for this new vehicle project to wait. But the biggest is that this new car won't just be a new private consumer vehicle, it's also going to be the base design for a newly designed Cybertruck-esque robotaxi. That's right, Elon hasn't given up on his dream of supplying the market with a fully automated taxi, and given the success of the Cybertruck's marketing, it seems the company is more than happy to make the robotaxi look like their new stainless steel pickup. Now, it's also likely that even the consumer version of the new car will be making use of gigapresses to form large parts of its construction. Aside from the engineering team, there's not any other good reason to make another new vehicle at Giga Texas. Sure, they could just be eager to start the process now that Cybertruck is basically done. Giga Texas is also reportedly where Elon does most of his work as well, but the idea that this vehicle would be made to look like the uniquely designed pickup truck and not make use of all those expensive new gigapresses seems like an odd choice. And speaking of odd choices, Isaacson details just how the robotaxi project got tied to the 25K vehicle project. In a particularly tense board meeting during the summer of 2022, Elon put his foot down about a key feature of this new attempt at the robotaxi. It won't be having mirrors, pedals, or even a steering wheel. The conversation is detailed in the Axiom interview, where even chief designer Franz von Holzhausen tried to walk Musk back a bit, but the CEO was adamant that if they didn't go all in for automation, it wouldn't work. Now, that's quite the gambit, but if Elon was apparently very adamant that this needed to be the route Tesla would take with their new vision of the robotaxi, going so far as to take responsibility if the idea falls flat. I guess if Musk wants to butt heads with the US regulatory body, that's his prerogative as CEO. But this is why having an experienced team helps, because Franz and some other board members knew what a headache it would be to get a vehicle without a steering wheel to be accepted by the authorities, and so at the end of the summer they pitched the idea of using the new affordable vehicle platform to get the ball rolling, introducing the automated robotaxi version later. Elon agreed immediately. Turning back to the car itself, though, we are obviously making some educated guesses on the big reasons why this new production is being moved to Texas, but it just makes sense for them to make use of the gigapresses and other Cybertruck innovations. This early in the process, a lot of things can change pretty easily, so it's not too surprising that with Cybertruck's pre-production period coming to an end, Tesla would decide to bring their new 25K model into their most experienced design house. We'll likely keep getting more information as time goes on, just like we did with the Cybertruck, but for now, it's just interesting to think what else might be changing for this new car. Author Walter Isaacson has been giving out sneak previews of his new biography of Tesla CEO Elon Musk, and in one recent interview to the folks at CNBC, Isaacson relays some new information on Tesla's current design philosophy regarding their full self-driving systems. According to Elon, the company's new approach to training their FSD algorithms is to throw out the rules-based approach and treat the system more like a learning system. The original idea was reportedly explained to Musk by Dhaval Shroff, who works for Tesla's autopilot division. He told Elon to think of it like ChatGPT, but for cars. And the idea sounds dangerous. After all, we have road laws for a reason, but how often do human drivers strictly follow those rules anyways? How many times has someone been rear-ended because they slowed too quickly for a yellow light instead of safely accelerating through, for instance? There are a bunch of unwritten rules about the way we drive that keeps us safe. But the second you put a computer program that can't understand nuance into the mix, we get accidents, like some of the ones we have been seeing across previous editions of the FSD tech. Instead, the autopilot division pitched the idea of throwing away the hard-coded rules of the road and let the system learn from incident recordings, which Tesla has thousands of hours of. By watching other drivers, surely the system will also pick up that it needs to stop at a stop sign or red light, even if it starts to use the creeping stop that everyone does but isn't strictly legal. Needless to say, Elon took to this idea very quickly, and by the beginning of this year, the new network had already worked through 10 million clips of driver video from best-case scenarios. In fact, some of you might remember that live stream of Elon testing out FSD version 12 in his car. Well, this was using the new algorithm. The drive was reportedly great despite almost running a red light, which was the only instance of driver intervention for the whole trip. And remember, the version Elon was using in this video was not coded to know what to do at a stoplight, lane change, or parking spot. It learned those behaviors from driver data. Obviously, switching away from hard-coding the driving laws into the automated system is something that is making the people at the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration a little bit twitchy. The FSD has been a very scrutinized system since it began, and regulators are often expressing their concerns about it. Regardless, Tesla intends to launch FSD V12 as soon as the administration gets around to approving it, which might happen within the year since the NHTSA is looking to study how this sort of system actually works in the wild. And as the hardware for FSD evolves, this sort of training will get better and better. For now, though, it looks like FSD beta testers will have to keep driving their law-abiding systems while gathering data to test the more organic one. After some rumors began circulating about a potential upgraded Powerwall product rolling out, a photo from a user on the Tesla Motors Club forums was posted to the Everything app, and Elon himself confirmed that Powerwall 3 had indeed launched. The September 8th post from the Tesla CEO detailed that the new version of the company's home battery system is optimized for ease of installation and high-power delivery, ensuring that an owner could potentially power their whole home with a Powerwall 3, as opposed to picking and choosing which appliances get priority, as had been the case with previous versions. The original poster reported that the dimensions of the new unit were 43 by 24 by 7, which makes the Powerwall 3 smaller in both height and width than its predecessor, but almost an inch deeper. The reason for this extra depth hasn't been discussed yet, but it's a possibility that the new Powerwall makes use of lithium iron phosphate batteries, which would account for the extra capabilities. Tesla has also made a big deal this year about using the same parts across as many of their products as they can in an effort to streamline their whole production operation, so this idea makes more than a little sense. Currently, Tesla's site is showing the specs for their Powerwall 2 product, which is listed at $8,700 before rebates and other incentives. Reportedly, the Powerwall is able to net new owners a 30% reduction in cost via an investment tax credit until 2032, when it will begin decreasing until dropping off completely in 2035. Powerwall and its associated personnel home power generation systems have been enjoying a lot of success over the past year or so, with virtual power plants in places like California and South Australia proving to be extremely helpful to owners. With all that extra attention, it's surprising Tesla managed to sneak out this release, although given what's been happening just within the past month with the Model 3 Highland, Cybertruck, and SpaceX's progress with Starship, I guess it wasn't so hard. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up today if you liked it. That is so important for getting our content out to more people. If you enjoy the content, then you'd probably also enjoy our weekly newsletter, so sign up with the link down below at theteslaspace.com. A huge thank you to all of our Patreon supporters who are listed on the screen now. You help us make the best content we can, and we really appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.